Okay, first graders, my previous video ended before I intended it to. So we're just going to go with the flow and on with the show because that's how we learn and that's how we grow. So in this video, we're going to finish drafting, showing you how to draft Animal Poem, and then I'll show you a little bit about how to edit it. So I was showing you how we came up with our plan, and then yesterday we wrote the first 4 lines using our plan. We said, because we started with cute and suit. So I said, well, how are they cute? Well, dolphins, they are very cute. And what do they wear that looks like a suit? Well, their flubber looks like a gray and white suit. And then we add happy and flappy right down there. So dolphins seem to be so happy. Their waving fins are very flappy. So now we have to work with squeaky and creaky and gray and play. Okay? So squeaky, what is it about them that's squeaky? It's their voices. So I wrote, dolphin voices are very squeaky. And what is it that's creaky? Well, the dolphins aren't creaky, but they sound like something that's creaky when they're squeaky. Well, what are some things that creak? One thing that creaks is a door, right? So I came up with, they sound like doors that are very creaky. So it's dolphin voices are very squeaky. They sound like doors that are very creaky. Okay, and then our last 2 lines are going to end in gray and play. So what's gray about a dolphin? Their skin. So dolphin skin is mostly gray. Okay, and where do they like to play? Well, they like to play in the water, of course, and they love to jump out of the water, and they love to play in the waves. And what's in the water when they play that makes spray? And spray rhymes with play. And you know what else rhymes with spray and play? Day. They play all day in the spray. So just thinking this through, I came up with some more rhyming words. And so I came up with a sentence that says, they love to play in the spray. And I ran out of room, so I had to go to the next page. They love to play in the spray when? All day. Right, so now I have an 8-sentence poem like this. Dolphins, they are very cute. Their flubber looks like a gray and white suit. Dolphins seem to be so happy. Their waving fins are very flappy. Dolphin voices are very squeaky. They sound like doors that are very creaky. Dolphin skin is mostly gray. They love to play in the spray all day. All right. Next step is, well, usually when we write, our next step is revising. But in a poem, it's more important to have the words that go with a flow. And I've already got a flow and a rhythm to this, so probably not going to add any details in a poem. Instead, we're going to just work on the structure, the editing. Make sure that you've got capitals and periods and end marks in the right place. So we always start out with, don't we use red for end marks? So dolphins, they are very, so get a red marker or crayon or pen, and let's just make sure you have your end marks. So dolphins, they are very cute. Okay, oops, this red isn't working, but I have another one. Teachers always have lots of red. There we go. Dolphins, they are very cute. Their flubber looks like a gray and white suit. Uh-oh. This is why we edit. Okay. Dolphins seem to be so happy. Their waving fins are very flappy. Dolphin voices are very squeaky. Make sure I can see that period there. They sound like doors that are very creaky. Dolphin skin is mostly, there's no period there, mostly gray. They love to play in the spray. When? All day. Oh, and I put an exclamation mark there just because it's the last line. All right, so then we check our, we use green to make sure we have capitals in the right place. So every line should start with a capital and every line should end with the rhyming word. And then you start a new line. Now, so that's why, well, let's work through it. So first of all, let's make sure we have capital letter at the beginning of the line. Dolphins, they are very cute. Once you get done with one line, you go back and start a new line in a poem. Have you ever noticed that? Where in a poem, most of the time, the rhyming words are at the end of the line and then the poet starts a new line with a capital letter. So capital there, T in there. Their flubber looks like a white suit. There's the period. Capital. Dolphins seem to be so happy. There's the period. Capital. Their waving fins are very flappy. Period. Dolphin voices are very squeaky. Period. So now I come over to the beginning of the line. They sound like doors that are very creaky. Dolphin skin is mostly gray. Period. They love to play in the spray all day. Okay? And I have a title that starts with a capital letter, the 2. All right, so now the other thing we usually check when we edit is spelling. We usually use blue for spelling. The problem is, in this case, we don't have our Spell Correctly books, and you know, I think your moms and dads, most of them are very busy during the day. So what I think would be good is for you to do your best job sounding out. And once you think you've sounded it out, you can ask your mom and dad if they have time to help you with spelling, but if they don't, it's okay. Spelling is not as important on this poem as in other writing. Okay? So if I was going to work on spelling, I would look for any word that I'm not sure of or that's got more than 4 or 5 letters. So dolphins, I'm not sure of. So I'd underline that in blue. Their flubber, I would check. That's a pretty big word. Looks like a gray and white suit. I would check suit, U-I. Isn't that our letter sound this week in our spelling? So dolphins, again, I want to check that. Dolphins seem to be so happy. They're waving. Let's make sure that's spelled correctly. Their waving fins are very flappy. Make sure that's spelled correctly. Dolphin voices are very squeaky. That's a big word. Make sure that's spelled correctly. They sound like doors that are very creaky. Creaky is a big word. Dolphin skin is mostly gray. They love to play in the spray all day. All right. I think the rest of the words are good. So if you can fix your spelling, that's great. If you can't, it'll be okay. All right. So that's how we edit our poems. The next step after you do your editing is to carefully copy your poem with all your correct capitals, periods. Make sure that each line ends with a rhyme, and then you start a new line with a capital letter. All right, great job. I can't wait to read some of your poems or all of your poems. Take care and have a most excellent day.